nothing wrong with the spine, but it's just the ligaments connected to the spine. And it's going to heal naturally. So, and it's not like I'm out for 4 months or anything like that. It's just 6 weeks. But the tough part is they said I need all 6 weeks, and that's during all this time that's going on right now. So that was the tough part. I was like, okay, well, my time here is done. Like, my time playing here is no more. So that was what was the tough part about all of it. So I ended up, I came back here from the doctors, and the guys were still here in the locker room. So I came out of the locker room and told them the news. And that's when I got all my tears out and was able to just kind of reminisce on the season a little bit. And, I mean, it's just tough for a lot of reasons. I mean, I love playing here, and playing with these guys mean the most to me. And then personally, I just felt like I had the hot hand near the end of the season. You know, the way I was practicing and the way, you know, it ended with Nebraska, I just thought, and even the first play of Minnesota, I was able to set the tone for the game. And I felt like I had the hot hand, like I was peaking at the right time. And that was the tough part for me too, was just that got taken away so quickly. So, but no, I mean, again, there's kind of a balance though. Yeah, I mean, that sucks, but also like could have been way worse. And thankfully, like, I still have a lot of dreams in front of me to still play in the NFL, and I'll be good to go to train for pro day, like right away, because that should be, you know, at the time, the 6 weeks should end at the time that I hopefully start training. So there's a lot of great things to be thankful for in all of it, but yeah, I hate that you can't play in this game. I hate it.
6 weeks from last week, or 6 weeks from?
6 weeks from the hit, from the injury.
Okay.
So
a couple more weeks.
A couple more weeks, yeah.
It's the middle of December. I was thinking it's the end of this week. It's like mid-January.
Yeah, well, it should be like, I think I January 8th.
Okay.
Is like when I should be like ready to hit the ground running. And I mean, I don't have exact like specifics of like training and all that yet, but like I assume like it's one of those weeks, like that's when we're gonna start. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited that I still have all that to look forward to, and like NFL scouts and all that, I want them to know like it ain't a big deal. Like I'll heal up, I'll be fine, but I just can't play in these games.
Kind of you talked about in your thank you, video to Jim Leonard. What's your favorite Jim Leonard story?
Oh,
that
man.
You've either encountered or he said?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I got so many. I mean, I got so many stories. I would say one of my favorites, and he probably doesn't know this. Well, I'll name two because I could keep going. I hope you're all right.
No, I'm good with it. Let's go.
So just with him, he was telling me a time when he was with the Bills, and he said, I think it might have been his rookie year. He was new there and he was undrafted, and the Bills were bringing in guys, other safeties, to take his spot. And he said like he wasn't start at the time. He was like like the fifth or sixth safety at the time, and they're bringing other safeties to work out to take his spot. And they said, hey, go take these guys through drills. So he's like, so you want me to take the guys who are trying to take my spot through drills? And he's like, so you know what I did? And ball drills, he said he was firing balls as hard as he could. And he's like, deep balls, go get it. And like he was like, just trying to like, he was being an ass about it, because like, that's I mean, I'd do the same thing, but that just shows like his savviness, his tenacity, like. And that just shows, like, that's so great to me. And, like, and guess what? Like, he ended up playing for 8-9 more years after that, So, and then my other story was we were watching. It was before the Purdue game. We were watching NFL, or I'm sorry, we were watching interception cut-ups. Or we were watching Notre Dame, and they showed Kyle Hamilton, the safety, and he ended up making a big play in film, and he was like, sorry, Collin, but this kid can play for me. And I was like, okay. And it was Purdue week, and I remember we walked out for the walkthrough that day. I'm like, I'm getting 3 picks this game. I don't care, and like I gotta go crazy this game. Like I was pissed at coach. Like he didn't know about it. But I took that personally. And that's when I happened to get 2 picks in that game. I'd call it 2 picks, whatever the stats want to say. But that's when I was able to have one of my bigger games here, and I ended up mentioning it to him later, and he thought it was really funny. But yeah, he kind of sparked like, oh man, like screw this, I'm gonna go make some plays. Like he's gonna love me after this game, and so yeah. But that's just him. Like he jokes around like that. He's very sarcastic in that way. But I mean, Coach Leonard, I mean, he's made me enjoy this game again. Like I have fun. Like watching that film on Collin, and him talking trash. Like I have fun. That is fun to me. And he's allowed me to handle this game the right way. You know, especially going through this. I mean, he said one time, you know, you can love the game, but the game doesn't always love you back. He said that a couple years ago, and that stuck with me, and stuck with me to this time, to these moments. So he's allowed me to handle this game with what it gives me. You know, not only on the field but off the field. I mean, he's one of the greatest to ever do it. Like, and he's still young, he's still going, but I mean, that guy is the greatest coach I've ever been around. So,
what kind of player do you think Hunter can be for you guys?
I told this guy in fall camp, I was like, hey, you know you're gonna be really good, right? I was like, I'm not blowing any smoke. This is the last time I'm gonna tell you this, but you're gonna be pretty dang good here. And you know, he handles himself every day, willing to learn, ready to learn. But we've gotten so close during this season, and I mean, if I wouldn't have come back, we wouldn't have gotten this close. So I have a brother for life now, and truly, I'm so grateful to have him in my life. And not only with football, but I mean after. I mean, we'll forever be in touch and forever be boys. So, but yeah, I'm excited for his future here. This guy's gonna be ready to go.
Not that it's ever easy to miss a game like you have to with this and everything, but does it help at all knowing that you got a guy like Torchio behind you? Like, it's not like you're leaving the team without a guy that can play, like, or like there's Torchio's been the guy that's been playing for you guys, and you guys know him so well. Yeah.
I mean, he makes a lot of plays for us. I mean, when I got ejected versus Minnesota, I didn't care. I mean, I was mad that I was out, but I wasn't like in my feelings during the game. As soon as I was walking the sideline, I'm like, Torch, like, he rotates anyway. It was like, Torch, you're going in the game. You're just playing the whole game now. Just go, like, let's go win the game. I didn't care about getting ejected at that point. But after a few days later, that's when I kind of got in my feelings. But during the game, I mean, because I knew Torch would be able to take care of business because he's been able to do that for us all year. So I'm excited for him for this, though, because this gives him an opportunity to carry momentum into next season. He can have a great game this game, and you know, starting this game, being able to play the whole game, you know, and then carrying that into next year for his role for this team. I'm excited for him. I'm really excited for him. And he's been great for us all year, and I mean, he's been a great teammate to have.
But I know it's only been 3 bowl practices, I think Dean said, that y'all have had so far. But has anyone stood out to you, like the younger players for next year that pop out so far? Yeah,
you know who's been playing really well. I mean, Grover Borrellotti. He's been. You can tell what I love about bowl prep is it shows guys who's improved, like through the developmental workouts and through the practices and through playing on scout team for these guys. It shows like who's put in the work and who's put in the time to get better since fall camp, because this is their first significant rep since fall camp, pretty much. So Grover Borrellotti, I mean, he's clearly gotten better each week, but it's really cool. You see him break out on some runs, and I think he's learned how to find the hole and learn his style of running. Really, I mean, definitely him. Marcus Allen had some great plays today. He was catching the ball all over the place. Great to see that. Great to see his improvement throughout the year, especially in the last several weeks. I've definitely seen a turn for him. Yeah, it's really fun. This is my favorite part of Devo, because this is where I was able to kind of spark my role. So I love seeing guys getting a chance to spark their role for next year.
Last one I have is I know you talked about John and Travian when I asked you a little earlier, and then you talked about Hunter. But you know, as you depart, how do you think the safety room's going to look coming up for next year?
Yeah, I think this is. I feel like the safety room's been pretty experienced for the last several years, but I mean, Coach Leonard does a great job of getting guys in game reps, within game plans. Travian's been able to get significant reps for us this year, based off of the way coaches game planned different looks for us. With John and Trey and and Hunter there, I mean, they've been able to get in the game and get significant reps already. So, I mean, we have experience. We have experience back there, and we have guys who have gotten game reps and who are gaining confidence, and guys who just great guys in the locker room and great guys willing to learn in the meetings. So, I mean, I'm not worried. I think the level is going to continue to get better here in that safety room. And Coach Leonard, the best thing about him is he gets better in the offseason. That's the scary thing, is he gets better in the offseason. So when you combine those two things of guys willing to learn and guys experienced with Coach Leonard still getting better, I mean, I think it's going to be really fun to watch. I'm excited to watch.